Hi, everybody. Ooh, what is going on here? A premium account on Twitter is required. Oh, really? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Look at this. Twitter is doing the most. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. So, I typically go live on Twitter on my StreamYard, right? And Twitter is now wanting to make sure that I'm verified before I go live on there. Oh my God. Elon Musk does the most. Let me make sure I save this. Welcome, everybody. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? Okay. So I'm going live, right? And Twitter is telling me, no, you need to have a premium account. That's what you need to have. You need to have a premium account before you can go live over there. I said, you and your premium accounts. Why is everybody trying to force a check mark on me? Can y'all let me know that? Welcome, everybody. I got my tea. Okay. I got my tea. I told you guys we were going to go live. I did, and I don't have it. I promise you, I don't have it. That's the one thing I did. I don't have it. It's just a sinus thing going on. I that was the one worry that I had because I know it's going around, but I don't have it. Thank God. Thank God. Because if I had it, I'd be wearing my mask. Look, I'll do this. I took this picture when COVID was going around. So people were like, why are you wearing that mask? It's because that was around the time that I was here and I had this picture on, and it was a COVID picture. So maybe I should be wearing this instead of going live. Welcome, everybody. All right, y'all. It seems like it, David. It seems like it. I'm not going to greet everybody, but please know, just for the sake of my voice, of course. Um, Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to be drinking some tea. I'm going to take it slow. I wanted to go live and talk to you guys. If you guys can do me a favor and just hit the like button, just, show some support for the channel. That's helpful. We've been under the weather, you know. The news doesn't stop, though, right? Like, no matter what, the news doesn't stop. It's still going to be newsing, you know. But there's so much we got to get into. So much. So much. Ooh, give me one sec. It really is, but I'm not like, I don't know about you guys. I am not the kind that, since I can remember, even when I was sick, like at school or whatever, I could never just be in one place. It's my ADHD, you guys. It's like really bad. It's all over the place. All right, guys. Yeah, it's definitely newsing. There's a lot of newsing. So we got to get into it. Let me get into the two maybe pieces of news that are very small to a certain degree. Um, well, one is not too small. This one might be a little bit small, but I wanted to put it on your guys' radar right here. This Jodi Arias. Okay, so for those that don't know, Jodi Arias was a woman that was convicted back in 2013 for the murder of Travis Alexander. Y'all remember her? There were so many like TLC Lifetime movies about her. Y'all remember this woman? Let me know if you remember her in the chat. Mm. Well, she is selling her art. Jen's like, Jodi makes me mad. She is selling her art. You don't remember Paige, you remember her? Okay, thank you. You don't remember her? All right. So what she did is she murdered her. It was then her somebody, I don't want to call her, I don't want to say it was a girlfriend or boyfriend because I think he was trying to like end the relationship and she wouldn't take no for an answer. And so she got very obsessive and she killed him. She murmured her boyfriend. That's what she did. I mean, murder him. That's what she did. She was obsessed. She was trying to get away from her. Okay. And she offed him. I mean, it was a brutal crime. And the pictures were released online. I mean, I believe she had cut his throat too. It was pretty bad. Yes. Mm-hmm. Renee, thank you for becoming a member. Shout out to you, love. Shout out to you, love. Yes. So, y'all remember that? He was not a lawyer. He was not a lawyer. She was the one that she converted to be a Mormon to be with him, if y'all remember that. Welcome, Greg. Mhm. Yes. So she is serving a life sentence, okay? Behind bars for the brutal murder of her boyfriend, and she has quietly, all right? Let me be very clear, cuz I mean, she has quietly made thousands and thousands, is making money behind bars selling art from prison. Mhm. And Jill, thank you for gifting memberships. If you got a membership from Jill, please do me a favor and put a beautiful, wonderful heart in the chat. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys, for those that are renewing your memberships and becoming members. I've been sick, and y'all know, like, I'm like, I hate being sick, but you know, when I get sick, I get sick. So thank you, Jill. That really cheers me up. Thank you, my love. And thank everybody who's become a member. Renee, everybody, thank you. Um, I mean, I went to see her art, so she's making money selling her art. Jodi Arias, who's 44, was convicted in 2013 of a 2008 murder of her on and off again boyfriend. That's what they call him, but I don't think it was her boyfriend. I think it was just somebody that she was just, they were just together, you know. Travis Alexander, okay, maintains web. So she has a website where she's selling a variety of paintings, and I'm going to show you that website unless they took it off. Look, like this is what she's, just her gallery. All right, just so everybody's aware. Miss Janice, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Shout out to you, Miss Janice. Um, yes, she was always an artist though. She was like a photographer, I think. Like she just like taking pictures. So now she's doing a lot of this art behind bars. But her paintings, like this painting right here, sold a lot for a lot of money too. That's what she's doing. So, uh, you said t-shirts. I thought she was making pretty sanitary wipes. No deal. Oh my god. I mean, I don't think she should be making any money behind bars. That's just my opinion, though. Given that she has victims and family that she victimized, like Travis's family, like all that should be going to his family. Like restitution shouldn't even end there. This was Travis. Those crime scene photos are horrific, horrific. Okay, let me just say that much. And then she tried to play the I'm a victim. I slashed out. It didn't work out because people saw the she didn't have no defense wounds. She didn't have nothing. She murdered this man. That's what she did. So that's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. I was trying to see if I can go to her website, but damn. Let me see. Will it let me go? I don't think it will. She has an Instagram page too. Somebody's running it for her. I'll show it to you guys. Oh, no, they took it out. Look at that. They removed the link. They must have been getting a lot of hits. Hold up. Let me see if I can. Jodi Arias art website. Is this it? Yeah. Art by Jodi. Here it is. Oh, y'all are going to get a kick out of this. Y'all are going to get a kick out of this. Oh my. There you go. Art by Jodi. Bella, thank you for being a member for 11 months. Shout out to you. Thank you. Thank you. Elizabeth's like, I'm here for your mama jokes. Thank you. Thank you, Bella. Shout out to you, love. Thank you for supporting me. So, this is what her website looks like, y'all. Mm. Main gallery. Look at that. I mean, she's got the time. to some of this stuff. I'm not saying is like horrible. It's not bad art, but she has the time to do it, don't she? I just think that any money that she's making needs to go to the Alexander family. You know? I mean, am I the only one that feels that way? Yeah, I figured, Lauren. That I think Fiona, shout out to Fiona. Fiona, I think that she has her family working behind the scenes. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if art is the way that she expresses herself, these pieces are not bad. What I'm saying is, girl, that money shouldn't be going to your pockets. It needs to go to the Alexander family. That's how I see this. You know, hey, mind my blues. It is gross, but people are purchasing it. You remember who was it that purchased? Was it Gregor? Not Gregory Peck. Brian Peck. You know, Brian Peck was the one that bought that art piece from like John Wayne Gacy or some shit like that. Y'all remember that? And then like, ugh, anyways, I'm done. Mm. Jordy T. Jordy T's like, if the money was going to get her a few extra tampons and food or something, fine. But excessive money is way too much. Girl's like, the tampons are fine. I mean, it's true. You wouldn't want that money. Danielle, should she be ordered to like send it somewhere though? I mean, you remember when she did that singing contest behind prison too? She entered that talent show. Y'all remember that? Let me see if I can find that clip. Girl, oh my god, I remember that clip too. I was like, the girl's like singing, Jodi Arias singing behind bars. Yeah, she won a singing contest. This was like 11 years ago. Hold up.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
Y'all remember that?
It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder
Y'all,
breaks.
don't be putting no tomatoes in my chat, okay? Y'all need leave don't make me yell. I don't want to lose my voice. Y'all gonna make me lose my voice and I'm not even done with this live yet. Carbonized start as like, leave Jesus out of this. Erica threw a whole tomato can. Girl, no. Hold up, I gotta cough. If I can't finish this live, I'm gonna blame you guys. Yeah, man, she's talented too much. She's a nut. Who blamed the? I know, right? No. Oh my god, this tea is making me sweat, y'all. Don's like, I'm side eyeing these people. Period. Period. Okay, let's get it together. You doubt that she's the artist? Probably somewhere she locked up and does the art and she sells it with her with really? I don't know. Because if you go to her IG, they're showing her art. I mean, I don't know. I guess that could be right. You never know. But they're saying that she's the artist, she's making money off of it. So that's a good point. Could be. All right. So for those that are interested in Jodi Arias's art, it is available on an IG page. Y'all go check that out. Okay, let's talk about Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, y'all. All right, so last week was a pretty interesting damn week, wouldn't you say? The dismissal of of Alec Baldwin's case. Y'all remember that? I'll remember that, right? All of that went down. Not the Jordy's like, wait, not the Milli Vanilli art. Oh my god. You're too all right. Let's go. Let's go. She has to face Judgment Day, and I would love to hear her explain that song, says Don. Jordy. Jordy's like, wait, she is not a Milli Vanilli artist. Are we ready? Colin, she's not a Milli Vanilli artist, is she? Let me know. All right. You guys are gonna make me like lose my mind. Can we move on now? Can we move chat? Can we move on now? Can we turn the page to page 3 now before I lose my voice? Let me know. Nah, man, you guys are too much. I shouldn't have gone live today. Okay. Excuse me. She Jordy T took me out with the Milli Vanilli artist part. Oh my god. Y'all leave Milli Vanilli alone. He wanted more. Okay. So can we move on to page 3, please? Page 3. All right. All right. So here we go. Page 3. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. I know Emily D. Baker's talking about this. There's been other creators been talking about this. We brought up this point last time. What is the possibility? What are the probabilities that Hannah is going to have her case overturned. She's been serving 18 months behind the whole Russ situation. She was convicted as well. Or she was convicted, not Alec Baldwin. There's that. I was watching a little bit of what Andy was saying with Nate the lawyer. Shout out to Nate the lawyer. And I mean, she might not have the same luck, but they're going to try. In the way that this prosecutor acted, Morsi, like you do have to kind of wonder and question how she's handled all of her cases. You know what I mean? All of them. I don't know. I don't think 18. You don't think so? Well, there's that too. I mean, it seems like a short time too, right? That's like not even 2 years, right? That's a great question, Fiona. Um, that's a great question. But Travis Alexander is not the victim. He is the. Let me take that back. He's not like she's not writing about him or painting portraits of him, so that might be a whole different issue. But that's a great question, and I know we've talked about that, and it varies from state to state. And we did invite an attorney on that too. But great question. Um, Yes, she was responsible for checking the firearm. She was. She was. She would never have she would never have been she should have never been the lead prosecutor. She's a defense attorney, not a prosecutor. Ugh. But the other lady, who was it? What's her name? Was it Erlinda? Is that her name? Well, the other her assistant. Her assistant did very well, and she's done both. She's been a prosecutor and a defense attorney. I don't think she's going to have the best of luck based on what Nate the lawyer said, but you never know, man. You never know. I mean, did we all expect this to go this way? No. I don't think any of us did. Yeah, she did resign when she found out. She was not playing that game whatsoever. Whatsoever. Yeah, the person who doubts, checks, and double checks is the better person for the job. Mm. You know what? It was honestly like what is so maybe maddening about this My Mind Blues is that it didn't have to happen. You know what I mean? Like she didn't have to die, you know? Or Linda, thank you, K9. She didn't have to die. Nothing at that. Like that's the piece that I don't understand. So, anyways, that's my thought on that. We'll see what happens. I don't think she's gonna have any luck, but we'll see. We'll see, you know? All right, let's move on from Hannah. Let's talk about, let's see, should we go to Gypsy or should we go to Cody? Gypsy or Cody? Which, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go to Gypsy. And let me show you guys this interview. We're going to do a little review on it. I was able to watch, I actually watched this whole thing on the Tasha K app. Okay. And for those that are watching the replay, I'm going to be putting timestamps on this. Okay. So Tasha K did an interview with a blogger here on YouTube by the name of Fancy Macelli. We've talked about Fancy before. We reviewed this lawsuit. Gypsy Rose is sued or was trying to sue Fancy Macelli. It got dismissed for jurisdictional purposes and reasons. Okay. Tasha K does an interview on her Wino podcast, Tasha K app. And I'm a subscriber of Tasha K. I think that Fancy going to Tasha K was probably a good idea because I think that Tasha can definitely, she knows what it's like to get sued, if that makes sense, right? And Tasha has done very well for herself since the lawsuit. The lady is doing comedy shows. She's grown above and beyond this YouTube. She has her own app. Like a lot of this is working in her favor in terms of like having her network, which I think is amazing for Tasha. hmm She doesn't. She really doesn't. So I think that the interview with Fancy aligned her very well, if that makes sense. Let's watch this preview. I did get, permission to play this, but y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments as we're watching this.
You went from actually being for Gypsy in the beginning. Yeah. That's how you got all the information. And then as you were developing this series, you started to uncover more. You was like, well, we're not dealing with a victim.
Well, in the history of ever, Tasha, when have we ever listened to what a murderer says about their victim? No murderer has ever come out and been like, yep, I did it and they were awful and I hated them and that's why I did it.
You are going to be the first on record to state that this whole thing that we've ever known about Gypsy Rose was a scam.
The only person who should be in trouble for leaking her medical information should be her stepmother. Want it out? Yes. If they didn't want it out there, then they shouldn't have given it to everybody like it was fucking candy.
Oh.
You gave it to HBO. You gave it to A&E. You gave it to bloggers. You gave it to podcasters. You gave it to the stalker lady on the street. That freaking you gave them to everyone. You can no longer claim that they're private when you gave them to anyone and everyone that spoke to you.
And then they tried to turn around and
sue me because I have them.
This is why the government don't like white women, because y'all be finding out everything. The only time I've ever heard of that chromosome deletion is from your parents or cousins, or they're somewhere around there, like in West Virginia, babe.
If you don't know this yet, Tasha, Christy admitted on national television that she's the one who split up Ryan and Gypsy and was talking to Ken the whole time, trying to get Ken back together with Gypsy, and she's proud of it. She's proud of it, that she broke up a freaking marriage that her daughter had. A man who really cared about her
and introduced her to the new guy
to the old fiance. Yeah, got the old fiance back in her life.
So whose baby is it that Gypsy's carrying?
Hell if I know. I don't even know if she's carrying one at this point.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, wait till you hear this. If you don't know this yet.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.tashaklive.com.
Oh my God. So I did watch it. And I want to go back to this little preview where she said something that made me kind of like, girl, Tasha, I would have challenged this woman when she said this.
For Gypsy in the beginning. Yeah. That's how you got all the information.
Hold up. Let me go
actually big for Gypsy in the beginning. Yeah. That's how you got all the information. And then as you were developing this series, you started to uncover more. You was like, well, we're not dealing with a victim.
Well, in the history of
that is the disputable part. My understanding, girl, it's awesome. Shout out to Tasha. Tasha, like, she's got a whole, I'm telling you, I have the app on my iPhone. I've had the app, and I go back and forth on paying for membership because there's some interviews in there that I really like. Okay. The way I understand this story is that Fancy Macelli worked with the Blanchard family. Okay. And there was some promises made or whatever based on like whatever contracts that they had or what that's my understanding of it. And so information was given to her. Now, was information also given to other networks? Potentially, because I don't know. Maybe they promised stuff, they did projects that this woman didn't deliver. That's kind of where we're at. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to sue her again. And this is where I feel like, um, girl, you gotta be careful, man. Like, you just gotta be careful. To me, in this interview, Fancy didn't say anything we don't already know. Like, she said things she already like repeated before about the chromosome deletion and all this other stuff. She also said that, she can't diagnose people. She hasn't finished school, but she feels like she's got this trait and that trait and that trait. She also said that, um, I mean, she made some allegations here that I was like, "Ooh, I wonder if Gypsy's gonna watch this." Gypsy and her family, because that, like, when you go to a platform like Tasha K's in the millions now, y'all. Like, Tasha K's in the millions, and you're making these kinds of things. It's not the same as if you're in your platform that has less than 20,000 subscribers and you're making allegations. Tasha K's in the millions. And when you're up there, people sue. People sue. That's what they do. You got to be careful. And so this last lawsuit, I was like, girl, I feel like she got off a little bit, it was dismissed. I don't know if it's going to be refiled. And then there was drama within that lawsuit that happened. I don't know. Oh, and then Tasha K's getting sued again. I just heard too. Who was it? Was it Sean Davy Way that broke the news by Soldier Boy? There's another lawsuit. Girl, everybody getting sued. You're getting sued. You're getting sued. You're getting sued. Everybody getting sued. But for this specific situation, in my opinion, I think that you do have to be very careful. I don't know. I think I think that if anybody that was a bigger content creator was going to interview Fancy Macelli, I think it was good that she went to Tasha. I think Tasha understands that piece of like getting sued, right? And let me tell you, I was here when the lawsuit, I reported a little bit on the lawsuit for Tasha K and Cardi B. I saw that, okay? And that was interesting. That was an interesting lawsuit, how it all played out here. You know what I mean? All of it. All of it. And that's who are you talking about? Are you talking about Tasha K or are you talking about Fancy Macelli? Yeah. Let me know, love. So what kind of content does she make? A lot of allegations. I'm rarely on TikTok. Well, Fancy did say in this interview that she was gonna get away from, the drama of it. Like Gypsy reported on a baby now. Like she was gonna step away from this, which I think would be best for Fancy and for her to just to focus on, true crime content, which it is what she does, I think. But in the last, since she's been back, I've only seen her report on Gypsy Rose. I've never, and again, maybe I don't watch her content consistently, no shade to her, but, expand your content. You do want to report on other things besides Gypsy Rose. And it's so crazy because people will drag you into stuff. But I also think that Fancy, like you have to know what you're fighting for sometimes. You don't always have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to pick your battles. People are always going to say something or whatever, And I also think that Fancy, the way she handles herself isn't always the best, in my opinion. That's just my thought from what I saw. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. But I mean, no shade to her, Everybody does things a little bit different. Yeah. So Caroline, let me know what you think. Let me see. Tasha isn't afraid of the darkness. She'll jump into the truth. Tasha, first of all, I like Tasha K a lot. Like I said, she was one of the first YouTubers I started watching since like 2016. Okay. definitely, I think for me, she's, I like her. I like her. And she's a woman. And I think that, for me as a woman and as a mother, that's a bit of a role model for me. Like I like how she's done things. Here she got an app, she's doing her things. She's getting sued. You know what I'm saying? But she doesn't let that be the only thing that gets her down. You know what I mean? Tasha K is gonna Tasha K. That's what she does. I think that Fancy is upset. Does that make sense? Like, in from what she's alleging, like here is this Wino podcast video. They did this a day ago where she dropped some information, right? Just watch this. And I think that she is giving me like, revengeful vibes that I get from her. But that's just how I see. But let me play this. Just watch this.
Hold on for 1 second. Why those? We got a special guest in the building. Remember that blogger? Hey, y'all, cheers. Remember that blogger that I told you I was going to get that was sued by Gypsy Rose? And they said that she was leaking Gypsy Rose medical records and all that shit. Well, according to her, that shit ain't true, okay? Mm-hmm. And so when I tell you, she done told us the real story. She said Gypsy wasn't even fucking 15 when she allegedly killed her mama. 23. And this is the reason why.
Well, we knew that. I mean, that's not, at least for me, I knew that. Thank you, Eloise. Thank you. You said, love Fancy's info, but her style, not sure. But she did start talking now, even if she felt wronged. Let's face it, she wouldn't be talking if they were still working with her. That's it. That, Auntie, I'm kind of wondering about that too. Like, would she be speaking out if Gypsy was still working with her? That's where I side eye that. You know what I mean? Like, would you still be working out? This is the one who said she had a contract. Yes, with Gypsy and her family for a documentary. Right. We knew, and I mean, the one thing that we knew Gypsy has lied. We knew that she was rightfully convicted. Let me be very clear. Gypsy Rose was rightfully convicted. Now, was Gypsy Rose a victim? So, that is disputed by a lot of people, including Fancy. There's people that have disputed that. Like, do y'all see as Gypsy Rose as a victim? And on YouTube, there's a community now where you could call it the Gypsy Rose community because they go back and forth on this. And shout out to them. But I do kind of hear different sides of the argument. I can see one side where she's a victim, okay, but I also can see where she's also a perpetrator because she perpetrated a crime. You know what I mean? And so even now she plays like some of the shit that people do to Gypsy Rose online. I don't know if I feel like okay with, you know what I mean? Like people are doing troll accounts under her mother's name. Why y'all doing Dee Blanchard troll accounts? Is too much. You know what I mean? Like don't do that. Don't do that. That's just how I see it. A lot of people don't know the whole story, so I get why they need to rehash some details. It's true. That is true. And then with Tasha K is going to be reaching an audience. That's right. That's what I'm saying is if I was Fancy Macelli, that's who I would have gone to too. I would have gone to Tasha K. I would have gone to Tasha K because like who's got an audience like Tasha? Tasha has a very specific audience. The winos don't play. They don't play. Look at Roxy. Roxy's a wino. They don't play. I've been watching Tasha K since 2016, and she has built a loyal following. You know what I mean? We've been shouted out a couple times by Tasha K. They don't play. Winos don't play. So, I mean, if I was Fancy Macelli and I wanted to get a story out, Tasha K would have been the person. It is what it is. She would have been the person I would have gone to. It is. What part? You said it's totally disgusting. Shout out to it's totally Aaron's fault. Shout out to it's totally Aaron's fault. What part, love? Tell me. No matter what, two wrongs don't make a right. Gypsy could have asked for help, not to unalive her sicko mom. That's true. That's true. And that's the part that like I said, Gypsy Rose was rightfully convicted. rightfully convicted. But she's not a stupid girl, y'all. Like, people have made her out to be this she didn't know better. She no. She is not a stupid. Gypsy Rose is very smart, very conniving, and very manipulative. And those are traits that she has. I also think that she has a lot of potential. That's what bothers me about Gypsy Rose. A lot of potential, but that's just how I see it. You know? Yeah, but she got away. She did. And I feel like that poor man is also gonna die in there when he was influenced by Gypsy Rose to do this crime too. Like, that's the other thing. I just don't get it. It seems like the judicial system kind of failed people there, but that's just how I feel it. Oh, I don't know. Cool Breeze is a great question. You said, I believe she went along with some of her mom's plays and played her sickness. Yeah, for the gifts. I think she didn't go along with all of it. We will never know the whole truth. That's the problem. That's the problem. We will never know the whole truth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, look at this. Tell the people with Sunny and W1. Thank you for the $10, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to you, girl. I'm sick. I am sick. You guys drop some hearts for Sunny. Thank you, Sunny. She did about, I think, what was it, 8? Well, she was sentenced to 10 and she only did like 8 years in prison, but she got like 2 more years left. Forbidden. She got like 2 years left, you know? So she did about 8 years, but she's got like 2 years left of her sentence, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So make that what you be. But so listen, watch this shit right here. So they're meeting up with Tasha, and this is a piece that I'm like, I don't know if this is a good look, but that's just me. Especially if they were trying to sue you. You know, Gypsy Rose's attorneys are still gonna sue this woman, and that's the piece that I'm like, can we act like we're still getting sued? Just be careful.
Why Gypsy and her team was coming after her because she didn't want this shit out, okay? And so she was trying to keep it from getting the mainstream. Well, Miss Fancy here from the Good Wives Network came to have a glass of wine with me, her and her husband, to tell us the damn truth, okay? Amen. And so I think it was a good podcast. I do too. Look, she with all the shit. That's what I'm saying. I told you, it's black women, everybody need to get them one white woman, okay? She know the law.
Have your white women friends.
Yes.
Told you.
I told them. I'm trying to tell y'all.
I don't know. I feel like with the wine, it definitely makes for a better interview, but damn, I'm just saying.
Listen, and I asked her, I said, aren't you scared of Gypsy? Because she said Gypsy threatened her.
I said, honey, look, I'm kind of like Leanne Toohey, all right? You know how she says she's in the prayer group with the DA?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not Dee Dee Blanchard. I'm not 500 pounds. I don't sleep heavily, and I'm always packing.
Oh, and her husband is too. What you say? You live down the street from the what?
The machine gun shoot at the Knob Creek.
So if Gypsy sent her husband a boyfriend.
ARs, some shotguns, whatever you want.
So you
tell me how you want it. I'll deliver.
So you said Gypsy, look, he stand on business too.
Look, you stay on your side of the country. I'll stay on mine.
Ooh.
I got no problem.
You heard him.
But you come looking, you're gonna find it.
All right, Gypsy, shots fired.
Oh my God. Fucking. Oh, she said shots fired. Yeah, I'm like, girl, no, we don't like that part. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Yeah, that yeah, that was too much. Like, but shots fired all the way. Like, Jodi T, girl, let me tell you, I said, Fancy, I don't want you coming up on this internet crying that you're getting sued again and you doing all that. I'm just saying, blame it on the wine. Don't come up over here talking about you're getting sued again and it's not fair. And y'all doing that shit. No. Oh no. Come on now. Come on now. They dismissed the last lawsuit because it was a jurisdiction issue. That alcohol hits different. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Do you see what I'm saying? I said, "Oh, I don't know if I don't know about that." But anyways, let me keep playing.
Fired from the wine cellar. Miss Fancy, I can't wait till we put this out. Y'all stay tuned, okay? I love it. Cheers! Bye!
Yeah. All right. What y'all think about that? I'm saying, so then the next time, I'm just because it's gonna happen. If she gets sued, y'all remember what she said right there. Just letting you know, because you gotta be careful when she already tried suing you once. You don't want to F it up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Okay. Yeah. It's like they like the chaos and trickery. I can't take that crap anymore. Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, Tasha, shout out to Tasha. Like I said, she got a whole little network going on over there. Tasha, when are you coming to Denver? We want to see a live show, girl. Let us know when you're coming because I would be if she has a live show here. Speaking of Tasha, if she has a live show here in Denver, let us know because there's a lot of people here in Denver that would watch you. I'm just saying. I know she is opening a whole different kind of worms. That can of worms right there. Mhm. 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 I don't think she'd go after Tasha. I think she'd go after Gypsy, but or excuse me, after Fancy, but that's just my thought. So, if y'all want to watch it, interviews available on the app, Tasha K. What is it? TashaKLiveApp.com. Y'all can check it out. She's got a lot of other content in there that's not on YouTube. Some of it is, but some of it is not. But it's a whole network in there. So check it out, you guys. And I'm not being sponsored by Tasha, even though if I'm reviewing it, I should be. I'm just saying, like, come on now. But anyways, shout out to the winos. You guys are awesome. So that's my commentary on that. Y'all go check it out if you want to. We got to talk about another story you guys have been asking me to talk about. Now I'm going to take it easy on this one because I have to read it and my voice is killing me, you guys. Hold up. I don't want to lose my whole voice. And this is probably the last thing I'll do. I don't know who this Cody Ko guy is. No, she's not. Tasha ain't scared of shit. No, she's not. She is not scared of nothing. Okay. That's why I love Tasha. That's why I love Tasha. You said page 4, guys. Page 4. This page 4. Are we moving on to page 4? I need another energy drink. Okay. Now, I'm not familiar with, I think part of it is because, girl, I got to get familiar with this part. There's this guy, his name is it Cody Ko? Allegations have been made against him. This is an article that's going to explain that controversy. So let's read it, okay? The Cody Ko controversy explained one of the internet's most popular stars may have finally be facing cancellation after allegations by a fellow YouTuber resurface. Okay. So over the weekend, popular YouTuber and internet personality Cody Ko, and I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Is it Cody Ko or Cody? I think it's Cody Ko, right? All right. Popular YouTube internet personality Cody Ko became a trending topic on X, formerly known as Twitter, rarely a good omen. The reason? Another popular YouTuber, D'Angelo Wallace, published a 15-minute video resurfacing allegations that Ko had had sex with fellow YouTuber Tana several years prior when she was 17 years old. Now, I heard about this, okay? Tana Wallace prompted a re-examination among fans and onlookers on social media of accusations that some believe Ko had swept under the rug and also involve other well-known YouTubers. Below, my best attempt to explain the drama. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing. We just going to go to the Wallace video, okay? And give some commentary to it because my throat might give out. Now, this is the video that I watched and I thought was amazing. Now, this YouTuber has well over 1 million subs, okay? And this is the video that they are referencing. Yes. Really, I mean, I watched this video yesterday and I said, okay, so like these are just YouTubers, right? Influencers.
All right, Cody, let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a minor. But YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mojo. And you know that people are ignoring this because nobody is working harder to bury this story than you. And you're getting away with it because commentary YouTube has a serious problem. I can't blame any of your viewers or my viewers for not hearing about this because you've done such a good job hiding it up until now that I only found out about it recently. The situation has been talked about by smaller channels, it's been discussed at length on other platforms, and it keeps almost hitting the mainstream, like with this Rolling Stone article or this H3 podcast discussion. But the reason it hasn't caught on yet, despite all of this, is that none of your friends, nobody on your level, nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
So let me stop right here. And this is such an interesting comment to make. Sometimes there's, like smaller YouTubers, and I see this a lot too. This is something that he pointed, right? That it takes like a bigger YouTuber to bring something out. Somebody with now for me, I'm just a little fish considering the numbers that these people have. Like Wallace has over 1 million. There's other people with 1 million. You know what I mean? But sometimes what happens is that these bigger YouTubers look at the smaller YouTubers and actually take from the little YouTubers and then kind of blow up the content. And if it's a really good YouTuber, they'll give you credit. And if it's not, which does happen a lot, it's happened to my channel. Y'all remember there was a YouTuber here that completely took my voice out of a true crime video and didn't give me credit. Like that's what they do. They shop over here, us little YouTubers, and take from us and don't credit us. And so this is what he's saying. He's like, sometimes like things are spewing and boiling over here, right? Like hot water. And then they'll like it takes a bigger YouTuber to make it bigger, if that makes sense. I like the D'Angelo's. I haven't watched him in a while, but I did enjoy the channel. Yes. But nobody else has spoken up about it, really. And I didn't really know. So this was like a lot of the commentary stuff. See, I'm new to this part. So with all of these allegations, is he going to face any criminal charges? Can he?
A lot of people like him a lot, and they really are like doing any kind of mental gymnastic to just ignore it.
I'm not here to accuse you of committing a crime in this video because I can't do that based on someone else's allegations. Nobody can definitively take these allegations as proof, but at the same time, they should still be looked at and not treated as an open secret and swept under the rug like you've been doing for so many years now. And from the way the situation keeps popping up more and more often, it's clear that there's only so much rug sweeping you can do before people start taking a closer look at things. So let's take a closer look. We both know that Tana Mojo is a YouTube personality with a history of lies, controversy, and genuinely problematic behavior that's become so entangled with her brand that her podcast is called Cancelled with Tana Mojo. And speaking of this podcast, about a month ago, she hosted a live episode in front of an audience, and the conversation turned to you.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with? Oh my God, did no one look at me? Cody Ko. I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say that.
I was literally 17. I can say that. Simply Monica says Sloan has talked about it on his channel, his videos. Oh, really? Okay, cool. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like, and this is why I love Sloan and BJ and like the bigger YouTubers that are willing to kind of like, they're willing to poke the bear, and also they look at people who have talked about this stuff before just to see like who else is bringing this stuff, you know what I'm saying, and give credit specifically to the YouTuber that needs to give credit, you know what I mean? Hold up, let me see who's in the comments. Welcome. Interesting commentary video on YouTubers. Yes, I know, right? Let me see. Hey, Kay Taylor. You said I'm also starting off with Jodi Arias. Welcome, everybody. I know some of the people are late here. Philip DeFranco also covered it. Really? Perfect. Okay, sounds great. Thank you, guys. The incident is past. Oh, is it? See, Jennifer, thank you for saying that. And we're going to be seeing a lot of this, right? Like, what happens after is past the statute of limitations? Look at my girl Dianetics. Welcome. I didn't even see you go up there, girl. I missed your comment. Welcome, welcome. She says, I have 6 years. I hear about YT kids. My daughter's obsessed with Minecraft. Oh my God, Minecraft. I don't understand why people love Minecraft. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Minecraft is a whole different beast. I just don't get why people like Minecraft. Tana Mojo, the name sounds familiar. Yeah, but it's like I the way they spell it. Tana Mojo. Just saying. Okay, and then Charlie also talks about D'Angelo's video on the channel. I don't get it, girl. Can y'all tell me? Listen, I loved video games when I was growing up. Super Mario Brothers, Super Nintendo. What else? Tetris, Pong, Atari. But fucking Minecraft? What is up with, like, Minecraft is so weird to me. And it's the maybe it's a different generation, y'all. I'll never understand Minecraft. But anyways, let's keep watching this. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm like going on a tangent.
This clip started making the rounds and people were understandably perturbed because if Tana Mojo was 17, you would have been 25. So people started speculating and Tana decided to set the record straight.
I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 25.
She claims that not only were you fully aware of her age at the time, but someone even tried to stop you and you went ahead anyway.
There was a situation with Gabby Hannah at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
To be clear, 17 is under the age of consent in many states, including Florida, where Playlist Live used to take place. So this means that Tana Mojo is accusing you of statutory rape.
You know, I feel like people, look, my parents got married very young. You know what I mean? And so this has always been a point of contention in my family. And this is just me sharing this, right? Like, I have children of my own. I would not want them, first of all, I don't want them doing anything under the age of 21, right? I get it that once they hit 18, it's beyond my, there's only so much I can do. But to me, 17 is still a minor, even though in some states it may not be. You know what I mean? And Jennifer, thank you. I know, like, I'm going to try to chop this and make a separate video out of it. But I'm late to the game of like exposing this because some of you guys out there have already exposed it. So shout out to you guys. And I'm going to do my best to, because my voice is very choppy. Hey, Becky, and do my best. You know what I mean? But this is, I think there's a cultural component here too. And so I always struggle with this piece. And maybe that's something that I'll talk about more later on. Because in some cultures, believe it or not, 17, 16, people are being prepped to marry. And I can only speak to my experience. Like for me, it was expected that I was going to have kids at the age of 15. Girl, I didn't want to have no babies, But it was expected because that's how my mom, and generations before that. So, these are things that first generation I have to wake up to. Yeah, I've had to make that generational changes. My kids, thank God I'm not a grandmother right now, at least with my children, So thank God. But yeah. All right, let's keep playing this.
And she's not trying to hide that.
This isn't just some crazy tea.
It is.
It was a crime.
Nothing would make this situation better, but plenty of things make it worse. Like the fact that she was a fan of yours at the time, adding an additional layer to the power dynamic you would have had over her.
I grew up loving him, and I think you know what I mean? Like I was just like excited and a fan.
Tana seems to have many feelings about this, which we'll go over a bit later, but she stated very clearly that the actions she's accusing you of are inexcusable.
If I had a 17-year-old daughter or a little sister or something, like I would kill. I would never let it fly.
These recent allegations are bad enough on their own, but there are a couple of things that make them worse still. Things that many people don't know yet, but you do. You know that Tana has been making the same specific claim against you for years now. Here she is back in 2021 saying the same thing.
I was 17 at the time, 18. I started kind of hooking up with other people. Shout out JC Kalen, shout out Cody Ko.
But what lends the most credibility to Tana's claims, and what is really the most damning thing for you, Cody, is a clip that you might not have even seen yet. See, I read the Rolling Stone article, I watched the YouTube videos about this, and they all missed something. And I understand why. The clip I'm about to show you is extremely hard to find. The original has been lost to time, and it's a wonder we have this on video at all. But if there was anything to give me any more clarity about these allegations before I formed my opinion, I was going to find it. Remember how Tana said that fellow YouTuber Gabby Hannah tried to stop you before everything allegedly went down? Well, did you know that Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago?
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage. And I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know. I know she like looks a little older. She's underage. Watch it. And he was like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. And then he turned that.
This is really, really bad. People.
Wow. So, okay. Really? I will look it up. Mr. Gamer, if you want to, do you know the name of the Reddit forum? So, okay. Who does it, you know what this reminds me of? Now, this is a completely different case, but it's similar because it kind of has its little same thing, right? Where it's like the victim, at least people have questioned, right? What the fuck is his name? The guy from Nickelodeon. What's his name? Drake Bell. It kind of gives you that feeling of like, kind of like a little bit of Drake Bell. And I know people are fans of Drake Bell, but people are also fans of this guy over here too. So you can kind of almost make similarities to it just a little bit. You have the link, I know, but my chat doesn't let you drop links. So if you want to email it to me, let me give you my email, love. Hold up. And I'm going to do a separate video on this to look it up a little bit more. But you know what I mean? Like, Drake Bell is like one that reminds me. I did a video on Drake Bell and people got mad that I did a video on Drake Bell. Thank you, that girl. People got mad that I did a video on Drake Bell. They weren't happy. Just making that comparison. And I said, wait a minute, like, why not? Anyways, I don't know, y'all. People get weird.
People make accusations all the time, specifically regarding things that are very difficult to prove or disprove, unfortunate as that may be. But when somebody makes an allegation...
Hold up. And Monica, is she in Mexico? Because, like, dating underage over there is a little bit different, girl. So that's the piece. It's like, come on now. If he's doing it over there, who's gonna catch him up? It wouldn't surprise me. Telling you, Drake Bell's something else, y'all. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion, though.
And they say they have a witness, and that witness can be found telling the exact same story years before any of this came out. That's not something I can just ignore. In a situation that cannot be proven, corroboration by a third party goes a long way. And frankly, Cody, the allegations against you seem to have been corroborated. But instead of researching to find these answers like I did, many of your fans seem far more interested in attacking your accuser.
I've seen so many comments, but what was she wearing? It's Tana, so who cares? Well, it's Tana Mojo.
The reaction to this has been unsurprising, but incredibly disappointing, demanding proof that they know she can't provide, acting like she's only doing this to gain clout or ruin you somehow, despite the fact that she's never once put your name in a video title over this. Or worst of all, implying that a 17-year-old could have truly consented to any of this. But let's be clear about one thing. That is not the case. No amount of retroactive age calculations or what-if scenarios change the fact that what Tana described would be, objectively speaking, a crime. A crime which you've said absolutely nothing about. And even if this wasn't illegal, you remember being 25. You would have known then, as I currently know at age 25, that nobody this age should need an explanation for why a 17-year-old is off limits.
Yeah. Why is a 17-year-old off limits when you're 25? Somebody asked him that. Corn says, serious question. Do you think that society felt the same way about the age gap in the 90s? I don't know the area. Whew. You know, and I'm gonna speak for myself, okay? When I was growing up, all right, so like I didn't like younger men. Does that make sense? So it wasn't like I was specifically like looking for somebody for my age either. Does that make sense? So I don't know. It's like it's an interesting question. This is the piece where I feel like it goes like it's that borderline of what was acceptable during that time and what was culturally okay. Does that make sense? So in the 90s, I don't know. This is a hard one. All I knew was that there was consent. That there needed to be consent. But yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. Hey B Tim. Um you said definitely not in the 80s. It was normal for 17 to date early 20s. That's what I'm saying, Salty. Things get a little bit different. I know I dated older boys, but I think the oldest I've ever dated was maybe hell. I mean, even that like makes me even think about things a different way. I'm like, well, but see, even now being in my late 30s, knowing what I know when I was 15, I was definitely a stupid kid. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like I don't want that for my kids. Does that make sense? Like I wouldn't want my daughter dating an older guy. But then when I was 15, I liked older guys. Does that y'all know what I'm talking about? I didn't date when I was like when I didn't definitely didn't date within my yeah, I was stupid. But I wouldn't necessarily say that something happened. You know, like nothing happened to me that was the dating part isn't the crime, but nothing happened. You know what I mean? Like nothing happened to me. That makes sense. You dated within your well, that's good. For me, I just didn't feel like even thinking back, I just didn't never really felt like there was anybody like maturity wise and stuff like that, right? And for me, I was always 30 steps ahead, way beyond my age, you know? Really. See, and that's the thing, is like I grew up with very absent parents too. Like the latchkey kid, you could almost consider that because both of my parents worked. I had to take care of my siblings, or I was the oldest, so I had to do what I had to do. But yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, hold up. Sorry, y'all. True story. I was hit on by a very cute man. He's an adult and felt gross because of the maturity level. He didn't see a problem the younger person usually does. Interesting. Usually doesn't. Yeah, like SPTV, like Atlanta, you get like this level of like there's confusion in there. It's almost like what's her name? That said it too when she was dating that other guy. Oh my god, what's her name? Demi Lovato. She did that whole like music video and everything. Okay. And everything. And so like that was a whole situation too. You know what I mean? All of this just plays out very different. All of it. If you know what I mean. Really, Becky. Oh my gosh. It's different. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and that's the thing that we have to come about and understand this. But D'Angelo Wallace is coming from a different generation than I am. I don't know. I think what is his generation? I think he's a lot younger than I am, that's for sure. So we're gonna see a lot of different generations take this issue a little bit different, which I think is important in my opinion. But so that they can shape the world at the way that they want to see it shaped. But things are a little bit different now, Things are changing. Valderrama, thank you. Wilmer, that's who it was. That's who it was. So he's a Gen Z, so maybe seeing a little bit different, but I don't know. Like, He's 25. He's 25. Hold up. Let me see. All right, guys. Mr. Gamer, I'm gonna read that. I might do a separate video on this topic because it's definitely deep. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I gotta I need to get some air now. You know, I'm sick, so I'm still trying to recover. So I need to take it easy. But y'all, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Cody is 33. Wait, what? So now he's 33. But he wasn't 33 then. Because this happened like, what, 8 years ago, right? Am I correct? Hold up. Let me see. What is this? Really? That's crazy, Salty. Huh. Yeah, so let me do a separate video and then kind of go from there. But that's crazy. That was 8 years ago. That's what I thought. 8 years ago, no? That's what I'm thinking. All right, y'all. I gotta go because I gotta drain my nose and everything. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching replay. Guys, thank you so much for joining me and supporting me. Thank you. Y'all know I've been sick and I'm trying to get better. Okay. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys are, doing well. Do what you gotta do to take care of yourselves. I'm gonna work on a different video, but I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Bye. Thank you, guys. Bye.